This event would not have been possible without the tripartite collaboration between MAJECA, the Malaysia-Japan Economic Association, PIKOM, the National Tech Association of Malaysia, and ASOCIO. ASOCIO is the Asian Oceanian Computing Industry Organization. And with us today is the chairman of ASOCIO himself, Mr. David Wong, who will tell us why is he collaborating with PIKOM and MAJECA on this, and a little bit about ASOCIO. So over to you, David.
Yep. Good afternoon, Tan Sri Asman Hashim, President of MAJECA, my colleague Danny Lee, Chairman of PIKOM, and we have my colleagues and friends from all the other countries that has participated today, from as far as Japan, Korea, and Singapore, and I understand there are about 7 countries that are participating, Your Excellencies, and also the distinguished speakers today, right? Now, ASOCIO, as mentioned, basically is a tech umbrella body of tech industries for about 24 economies in Asia, all the way from Japan to Australia, including New Zealand, right? It has been in existence since 1984, and we represent a constituents of at least 10,000 tech companies, churning out at least more than 500 billion of trade and services in tech. So it is the largest and a significant body that represents the tech industry, and I'm proud that PIKOM, through me, has appointed me to be the chair for this umbrella body for the last 5 years. So this is my 5th year. Now and what does ASOCIO do, right? Like what Wong pointed out, basically there are a lot of tech issues that is not centered just domestically, but cross-border. So ASOCIO's vision is to be able to help with digital transformation, both domestically as well as cross-border in this region, centered especially in Asia Oceania. And how do we do that? Firstly, we have our summits. We have a digital summit, which this year is going to be held in Bangladesh, and also a smart city summit in Vietnam. That's where we create and promote awareness on tech issues and agenda. Secondly, we also have awards. We give recognition and branding to companies, deserving companies and leaders in this region, right, that has contributed significantly to the tech industry. Thirdly, we also have advocacy work, right? And in this case, JISA is the chair of this policy task force. And this policy task force has been very active. Incidentally, for some of you who may not be aware, JISA is also a founding member of ASOCIO back in 1984, right? And so JISA, together with the ASOCIO members, we have produced a couple of policy papers relating to privacy and data protection, artificial intelligence. We have also recently published a paper on post-COVID, which we were a little bit optimistic last year that we were able to get out of this wood soon, but looks like we're still in the thick of it, but hopefully we will be able to recover as soon as we can with the help from government as well as the community at large. So JISA approached me 2 months ago, right, and said, look, there is this initiative that they've came up with, right? Ito-san, together with the team, Rui, and they were there, and they were saying, cybersecurity is a big issue in Japan, and they would like to promote and create better awareness and cooperation with the ASEAN economies, right? So when I heard about that, I think this is a very good initiative, and within the last 2-3 months, we pulled together this event, right? This is among the very first event. So we are very pleased that we are able to cooperate, right? In this case, in such a short time, not just MAJECA, we have JISA, we have NISF, we have Cybersecurity Malaysia, we have the ASEAN Cybersecurity Business Platform in this case as well. We have PIKOM, of course. So these are all important bodies and enabler of digital transformation in this country as well as the region. So, and together they brought in a lot of experts. So I saw the list of panelists later, and we have Dr. Amarudin, my friend here, who's going to moderate that session. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting session, interesting sharing, and I think this issues of cybersecurity is a real threat, like what alluded by Tan Sri and also Danny, right? The scary thing is it can happen without you knowing, right? If you have a burglary in the house, you know that it has been burglared and you can act. But in data privacy and when your data are stolen, sometimes you are unaware, right? So the question is not only that are we safe, but are we prepared when things happen like this? So we need to be prepared for the worst, right? In fact, this may be, from what I understand from some of the talk from the industry, what's after COVID? It can be cybersecurity as the next big threat, right? So let's be cognizant and put together our knowledge and expertise and to see how we can combat this better and not like the way COVID hit us, okay? So we have expert chaired by Alex and many others who are in this field. So let's listen to them. So I wish all a happy webinar session, and hopefully you will have a lot of take home from this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. I think certainly interesting points you raised. The more we work from home, the more we study from home, the more vulnerable we are in terms of network attacks. So I think this is certainly important. You also alluded to how JISA was involved in over the last 2 months, and we are glad to have on board through your leadership. We brought on board Japan IT Services Industry Association to the webinar today. So with us is Mr. Takeshi MIYAMOTO, the president of JISA, together with Ms. Rui Hayashi. She is the international coordinator for the cybersecurity project. They'll be sharing a little bit about the results of a survey they did for industry, academia, government collaboration related to cybersecurity in ASEAN. So I'd like to pass it over to maybe first Mr. MIYAMOTO to share with us about this before Ms. Hayashi. So over to you, MIYAMOTO-san.
Good afternoon to my respected partners, MAJECA, President Tan Sri Azuman Hashu, PIKOM Chairman Danny Lee, ASOCIO Chairman David Wong, and all participants. I'm Takeshi MIYAMOTO, the President of JISA, Japan Information Technology Services Industry Association. It is a great honor for me to have this opportunity to speak today at the cybersecurity webinar co-hosted by the 3 parties. Also, the Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Tokyo Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which serve as the secretariat of the Japan-Malaysia Economic Association, have been very supportive of this webinar in Japan, and I'm very grateful for their cooperation. We have many participants today, and I feel that the interest in cybersecurity has increased. So JISA, we are the oldest industry organization of IT services and the software development field in Japan. We have 550 member companies, total sales of more than 10 billion yen, and more than 300,000 employees. JISA was founded in 1970 at the dawn of the computer industry revolution in Japan. IT services and software industry had been dispersed until they were brought together in 1984. This was done in order to contribute to the development of the industry. About that time, we organized ASOCIO and began to interact with ASEAN countries. JISA has been continuously contributing to the activities of ASOCIO as a founder member. Since PIKOM joined ASOCIO, we cooperated in events such as the ASOCIO Digital Summit and the World Congress of Information Technology held in Malaysia with organizing speakers and many delegations. Malaysia is one of the most important countries in Southeast Asia, and it's also recognized as one of the most important hubs in leading expansion to various economies. Based on this, we have focused on the development of Malaysia in the 21st century, attracting many Japanese companies to expand business to Malaysia. We have also asked for PIKOM's cooperation in holding business seminars and conducting delegations for alliances. Malaysia has been open and enthusiastic about advanced technology initiatives, and also you have been putting projects in place to leverage the technology with your whole country. That has led to today's development and prosperity. Now, when we anticipate further development in the future, it is important to ensure a code of conduct and cybersecurity in the digital world. The Japanese government, National Center of Incident Readiness and Strategy for Cybersecurity, has been consistently implementing capacity building support. This time, in order to support private sector cooperation between Japan and the ASEAN region, JISA has started the project this year. By building a business platform and creating a place to deepen exchanges on cybersecurity, we believe that cybersecurity in the ASEAN region will be improved. As for JISA, we are planning to hold seminars on cybersecurity and set some trial projects to try out our tools. About seminars and events, we hope to continue working with MAJECA, PIKOM, and ASOCIO, and greatly appreciate their collaboration and contribution. This project consists of several teams. Ms. Rui Hayashi of OMC Incorporated will now explain to you how OMC has been commissioned by JISA to implement events and promotions related to this project. Thank you very much for your attention. It was a pleasure being here today. Thank you.